This is an interview with a victim and survivor of the brutal harassment from the criminal organization called the Enclave. The survivor's identity is protected. I understand that it takes a lot from you to talk about this, and first of all, I just want to point out that you are very brave for stepping forward. It is so important that your story is heard, and that we expose this criminal organization. Thank you for agreeing to this interview. Okay, so, how did it all start?
It all started half a year ago. You see, I am originally from Maduli. I came here to Moh Ki, and I was new to town.
What was your occupation?
I was, and still am in some sort of way, a horse trader. I have always loved working with horses, bringing them up and taking care of them. I found a living in trading horses, and I have always put out reasonably prices.
Okay, so what happened?
One day, while I was tending to my horses, a man came up to me. He hit on me, and as I turned him down, he got upset. He shouted that he was from the Enclave and that he would make my world a living hell. That he would put me on some KOS list. I didn't even know what that meant, and I had never even heard of the Enclave before. So I was a bit struck and answered that I was sorry and that I didn't know what he was talking about. He left. Then, the next day, the bullying started. People I had never seen or heard of before walked up to me, shouting insults and curse words at me. They started following me around just to harass me. They started boycotting my horse business at the market, and my income vanished. I was scraping by day, often without a decent meal, living on coppers. Then one day, when I was bringing some new horses to town, I got attacked. There were two of them riding after me, firing arrows and shouting slurs.
These are ours, shithead.
Good run home.
I rode as fast as I could and made it to town, to the safety of the guards. I feared for my life and hid inside my home. Later that day, the two men walked up to me in town. They laughed and said I was lucky to be alive and lucky that the guards were in town. Otherwise, they would have killed me on the spot. I feared for my life, and after that, I felt unsafe all the time.
That is horrible. Was there no one to help you?
So one day, I was packing my things to move out, ready to return home to Maduli. I was troubled and crying. Then a small group of people rode by. They stopped, returned, and asked why I was crying. I told them my story. That the Enclave had been harassing me and that I was forced to leave this otherwise beautiful village. The group told me that I shouldn't fear the Enclave, that they were just some criminal bullies, and that the Enclave's rule was soon to be over. They offered to escort me to the spot where I knew there were some wild horses. I was once again attacked, but this time, the small group were with me.
Coming gorilla's right here. He's hitting my horse.
Effortlessly, they took care of the Enclave bandits. They killed the bandits with ease and escorted me back to the market in town. It made my day. I was so glad and thankful for them. Later on, I found out that the small group was known as the Purgates. That they were doing their utmost to protect the inhabitants of Moh Ki. From that day on, I have felt much more safe here. The Enclave still tries to harass me from time to time, but the Purgates always turns up to protect me. Thank you, Purgates, for all your efforts.
Thank you so much for telling your story. I hope you feel more safe now. Peace be with you. Thank you for listening to this interview. And to all you villagers out there, do not be afraid. The Enclave's grip of Moh Ki is weakening. The criminal organization is crumbling, and soon, the Enclave will just be a memory. We will soon see a brighter future for Moh Ki. Stay safe.